The classic sales funnel. Before I talk about Facebook Messenger chatbots in further detail, I want to recap how the classic online sales funnel works. You have to remember how to sell stuff online so you can craft your overall Facebook Messenger chatbot strategy according to these basic rules. If you blow this, then even the most sophisticated Facebook Messenger chatbot is not going to help you. All you end up doing is wasting money. To sell anything, online or offline, you have to get people to trust you. When was the last time you bought something from a complete and total stranger? I would venture to guess that the answer is never. If that's your answer, you're a completely normal person because that's how most normal people think. You're not going to buy thousands of dollars or even dozens of dollars worth of merchandise from somebody you don't know. There has to be some sort of trust there. Maybe a friend referred you, or maybe you have read something online that got your confidence. Whatever the case may be, there has to be some sort of trust. Otherwise, you're not going to pull the trigger. If that's how you think, then you have a pretty good understanding of how pretty much everybody else thinks. This is why the sales funnel is broken down into 3 stages. It all leads to trust. No stage. Have you ever noticed that when you check out Facebook or go to a lot of other websites that certain ads keep showing up? You may be thinking to yourself, why is the company behind that ad blowing all that money to keep showing me the same ad over and over? Well, this is called the rule of 8. Marketing studies show that consumers would only click on an ad or take action on an offer once they have seen it at least 8 times. They have to be exposed to it for them to feel that they know it enough. This can take the form of an ad, a graphic, an article, or even a mention in an article. By that point, they reach a stage where they feel that, okay, maybe this brand is worth knowing. So they start looking at the ad more closely. They start reading the article with more attention. After this stage, they then subconsciously decide whether they like the brand or the offer enough, or they like the solution being offered. The like stage. In the like stage, you basically are thinking that the particular category of solutions offered by an ad is legit, but you're going to compare it with other solutions. For example, if you're in the market for a new car, your need is very basic. You're trying to get from point A to point B. But there are many different car manufacturers competing for your business. You make a decision by lining them all up and figuring out their advantages and disadvantages. At this stage, you start liking a specific solution after you've compared it with others. And usually, this is due to the fact that you've seen their ad several times. That's how they distinguish themselves from the competition. They don't run away from the competition. Great ads usually let you know that there's competition out there, but they offer something different. You like their specific take. Trust stage. Once you have decided that a certain approach or a certain range of solutions is the way to go compared to others, the next step is to trust the brand that got you there. And usually, this happens quite naturally. It just clicks. This is actually the easiest part because it's almost automatic. Once your messaging clears the know and like stage, the trust stage pretty much falls into place. Your Facebook Messenger chatbot messages must comply with all 3 stages. Otherwise, you're going to lose the sale. When the engagement with the prospect is at the no stage, you have to restrict your Messenger chatbot to set certain pieces of information that boost credibility as far as knowledgeability, competence, and authority go. On the like stage, the kind of messaging you send must be comparative in nature. In other words, you position your brand according to its strengths, and then you line that up with the weakest points of the competition. You kind of stack the comparison by showing them in the worst light and showing your strongest suit. And then finally, you get to the trust stage, and this is usually filled in or assumed by the prospect. The bottom line, you're not going to buy anything from people you don't trust. Thankfully, Facebook Messenger bot can help qualify general online traffic from Facebook into deeper and deeper levels of trust. Set up properly, your Facebook Messenger chatbot can turn an otherwise vaguely or mildly interested prospect base into one that is eager, ready, and willing to convert. How to qualify Facebook Messenger traffic. Here are the do's and don'ts of qualifying traffic so that people who are engaging with your Facebook Messenger chatbot are the right people. Let me clue you in on a powerful marketing secret on Facebook. Volume is worthless. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people because a lot of marketers view big traffic numbers with filtration in mind. They're thinking that as long as they can convert 1 in 100, this means that they can pump millions of people through a sales funnel and their income will explode. You can't have that volume mindset with Facebook Messenger chatbot because you run the risk of seriously and irreparably damaging your reputation. Don't do it. Resist that temptation. Here's what you need to do. Target only niche-specific pages. The name of the game in marketing brands on Facebook is to find niche-related pages. Since the people that go to those pages are already interested in the same niche you're in, the more active you are in those pages' comment section, the more visible your brand becomes. As long as you're not spamming those pages, Your comments make for great branding opportunities. Your comments, which are linked to your Facebook page profile, can actually pull traffic from those pages. This is a great way of qualifying traffic because you're only advertising on pages that are specifically related to your niche. This means only people who are actually interested in your niche would see your link to your Facebook page and end up on your page. Target only niche-specific groups. Another way to pull traffic from Facebook is to hang out at groups that discuss issues and brands related to your niche. Now, group marketing is a little tricky because you can't advertise your Facebook page. When you post in a group, it has to be your personal account. Accordingly, you have to walk on eggshells and be very diplomatic. The best way to pull traffic from niche-specific groups is to actually share your Facebook page posts. This is why niche specificity is crucial. If people in the group get the impression that you're simply just trying to spam and your page really has nothing to do with the needs of the people in the group, you will get blocked. And before you know it, your page might even get banned and deleted. Still, when you target only niche-specific groups, you're basically engaging with people who have self-segregated themselves based on their interests. Use your page to call visitors to action. Once somebody finds their way to your Facebook page, you have a tremendous opportunity. Don't blow it. Maybe they found you through an ad. Maybe they found you through a post you shared in a group. Or maybe they found you through a comment on another page. Regardless of how they find you, call them to action. Now, here's the secret. You have to call them to action based on their needs. You can't just say, click on this button to get a hold of me. Well, any random bum can get a hold of you, and that might not be the right customer for you. You have to use emotional triggers targeted to the needs of your prospect. For example, if I sell agricultural support services on my Facebook page, a good call to action may be a pinned post saying, we offer a wide range of solutions for small organic farmers. If you're looking for higher yields or you're looking for local community sales resources, click here to chat with us. We have the right resources for you. See what I did there? I specifically addressed their needs. These are people who are looking for places to sell. These are people looking for tips to improve their organic farm's output. I'm not being broad, I'm not being vague, and I'm not assuming that they know how to read my mind. I'm not doing any of that. Instead, I was very specific as to what they have problems with. This requires a high level of knowledge regarding your typical customer's profile. What are their problems? What are they struggling with? What frustrates them about their business? And your call to action must speak to those so as to pump as much qualified traffic to your Facebook Messenger chatbot as possible. Pump as much traffic to pages that have your chatbot link. If you have web pages up, pump as much relevant traffic to those pages. Usually, your content will filter people and then at the end, get people to click on your Facebook Messenger link. The chatbot will take care of the rest. In a later video, I will tell you the many different forms this takes. But what's important is that you use your website to draw eyeballs to your chatbot link. Boost your brand's visibility and make it easy for prospects to see your chatbot link. The more you engage with people on social media and on many different messaging platforms, the more people can see your competence, credibility, and authority. In other words, they get an opportunity to see your brand in action. Remember, when you are actually sharing useful information with people, your brand improves. You stand out from the crowd. You're not just another person blasting out generic information that everybody already knows. Instead, you're getting straight to the heart of their concerns and resolving problems at the individual level. This means you must always have a way of pulling people to some kind of page that has your chatbot link. This is very important because if you don't have some sort of payload or call to action in your overall messaging strategy online, you're not that visible. People might think you're a genius. They might agree that you're an expert, but there's really no way your brand could benefit from it because you're not pulling them to your Facebook page. You're not telling them to check out your website. You're not doing any of that. You're not even drawing attention to your profile. Whatever you do, draw attention to yourself in such a way that somehow, some way, an interested person will end up on a page with your chatbot link. That's the payload. That's the whole purpose of you getting out there, looking at all these conversations, and sharing your 2 cents. The do's and don'ts of marketing through a Facebook Messenger chatbot. Please observe the following etiquette rules when using Facebook Messenger chatbot to engage with your target audience members. As I have mentioned earlier, you have to always comply with Facebook's terms of service. If you play the game fast and loose, don't be surprised when Facebook blocks you or flat out bans you. That's bad news, and sadly, it happens all the time. If you are serious about generating a legitimate business from Facebook, you have to play by the rules. All these etiquette rules flow from Facebook's terms of service. Be professional at all times. You cannot assume that your visitors are mind readers. You have to basically assume that they have very little knowledge of your business, So your messaging has to gently guide them through the wide range of information options your bot makes available to them. You can't just assume that they know what your business is about and your full range of services and merchandise, and you're just waiting for prompts that go directly to a specific page. The problem with that approach is that very few of your actual Messenger bot users would actually get the message that would benefit them the most. Instead, your Messenger bot would be sending out one generic message after another. This is sad. Seriously. You're wasting a tremendous amount of opportunity precisely because you assumed that people finding themselves in your Messenger bot dialogue system know what they're looking for. Most customers don't know what they're looking for. Even if they find themselves on your website, and even if they are interested generally in what you have to offer, you have to hold them by the hand. This is not a headache, nor is it a hassle. In fact, you should look at it for what it is. It's a golden opportunity. When somebody's kind of fuzzy regarding what they need, they are very suggestible. This means you can position the conversation in such a way that they may buy something that they normally wouldn't buy, or they would buy more of something that they already are intent on buying. Do you see how this works? It's an opportunity. Don't think of it as just a customer support hassle and you're just basically going to give them the bare minimum. Instead, create a fairly open-ended logic tree for your chatbot so there are many ways your customers can trigger pre-written messages. Avoid spamming. It's extremely important to make sure that you stick to Facebook's terms of service. Their main rule is that once your customer initiates contact with your Facebook Messenger chatbot, you can send them an automatic reply. And after 24 hours, you can send a follow-up. You have to keep this in mind at all times. You cannot violate this. You cannot try to cheat this. It's very important to make sure that whatever message you send, it is strictly related to your business. This is very important. It can't be unrelated spam. It can't be seemingly purely personal because you only have one shot, really, to make a great first impression. If you send off-topic messages, it would seem that you're wasting your prospect's time. Keep it short and laser targeted to the business at hand. Also, whatever message you send out must add value to the life of the person inquiring. This is crucial. They have problems. They have needs. You know this. That's why they're speaking to your bot in the first place. Accordingly, get straight to the point. What is the best solution that you can bring to the table? Clearly describe it so they themselves can quickly and easily see the value. It can be a link to your main website, or it can be a basic answer like, these are the holidays that we're closed on, or this is our procedure for getting some sort of special deal. Whatever the case may be, make sure that whatever you say to your prospects adds value to their lives. Always let the customer lead. Americans are very independent. The same applies with Western Europeans. So it's really important to make sure that they lead the conversation. While we all know that the main reason why they're at your Facebook page in the first place is because you called them to action, you can't rub their faces in it. Make it seem like they're always leading the conversation. Never take the lead. Always follow up. In other words, make the deal or the engagement look like their idea.